Alright, so today we're going to be working on the X6 again. We're replacing the transmission filter, we're changing the fluid, and we're also replacing the Mechatronic sleeve on this ZF 8-speed. So I've already gone through and done most of it, and it's a really cumbersome DIY because of some things that you have to remove. So we're going to go over what you need to remove, we're going to go over the tools that you're going to need, and some torque specs, and then if you guys still want to stay with me, we're going to watch how to do it the best I can because there are a lot of cut clips. So first things first, this guy has to come off, which is your transmission skid plate, and this is a side plastic underpanel which goes along the driver's side of the vehicle. That comes off because your transmission crossmember has to come off. If you want to pause the video right here, this is the torque procedure of the transmission pan and the torque values, and then this is the torque values for the transmission mount bushing or transfer case mount bushing and the cross member that has to come off. Okay, so before I forget, here are some tools that you're going to need to complete the job. You have an 8mm Allen just to undo the fill port. You want to do that first just to make sure you can actually fill. Then it's a 10mm to undo the drain plug on the old transmission pan. You're going to need a bunch of 8mm to take off all the underpanel stuff. You also need some 10s to do some underpanel stuff. 16 is for the transmission crossmember bolts, and the 18 is for the transfer case bushing bolt. It's a really long bolt. Again, you're going to need a 3/8 inch torque wrench and a 1/4 inch torque wrench to do all that stuff also. Then the transmission pan itself uses aluminum bolts, so replace those, and it uses a T40 Torx. Now let's take a look underneath the vehicle, and I'm going to show you everything that has to come off to my best of abilities. We are at the driver's side of the vehicle. We're looking at the transmission pan. This is a new pan. The reason why this is kind of cumbersome is because the 8-speed, these last 3 bolts are completely blocked by this transmission crossmember right here. And if we zoom out a little bit more, you can see this transmission crossmember has 3 bolts on each side. That's the third one right here. And the driver's side is blocked by that plastic underpanel. So what you can do is take a block of wood and jack up by the transfer case here. If you jack up about, I don't know, I would say 1/2 inch to 1 inch, you will be able to get like an L Torx T40 key in here and break these loose, but you won't be able to torque them properly. Not the biggest issue if you're only doing the transmission pan. Now, the reason why the transmission crossmember has to come off is if you're doing the Mechatronic sleeve. So now we're at the passenger side of the vehicle, and you're looking at the fill port, but right above that black plug you see is the Mechatronic sleeve. Now, you will have 0 ways of actually getting to that Mechatronic sleeve with the crossmember up, because the crossmember is right there. So it's going to be nearly impossible for you to pull that off and do everything you need to do. So when you remove this guy right here, that's where your hand's going to go, and that's where you're going to have access to your Mechatronic sleeve. I hope this gives you a good overview on what you need to do to replace your transmission pan and your Mechatronic sleeve on an E70 or E71 8-speed transmission. So now let's continue on. I'm going to be doing some time lapse and inserting more clips on how to do the transmission and the Mechatronic sleeve. If you want to follow along, be my guest. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. trans pan's out. As you can see, the transfer case transmission is only jacked up for like a minute or two to get those bolts out. The pan comes out with regular clearance, so you don't have to leave the thing jacked up just to not stress the bushings or anything. Here's a shot of all the fluid. So it's pretty grungy looking. I don't know what the original color is supposed to be, maybe like more golden, but it's pretty black. Here's the shot of the original pan. It says right there March 2010, so original to the vehicle. So here's a shot of the underside of the transmission. None of this valve body stuff is going to get touched, but I am going to replace that Mechatronic sleeve you see up there. Okay, so I had to stop the time lapse because I got a little bit frustrated. This panel, which is another under panel that goes along the driver's side, you can see this big gap here. This also has to come off because what I've realized is to get the Mechatronic seal out, you have to drop that cross member. There's your transfer case, and that's the bushing that the cross member is tied into. And there is your Mechatronic sleeve. So as you can see right now, a lot more room to work in. I believe the rear-wheel drive cars are just built differently, so you have a lot more room in general, and that's what all the DIYs show. But here you go, all-wheel drive, X-Drive Mechatronic sleeve replacement. It's a lot more convoluted because of this cross member. That guy right there has to come completely out. Okay, so another cut later, I have the old Mechatronic sleeve removed and I have the new one lubricated, ready to go in. The way I did this was I took my pry bar and I stuck it right here where the taper is on the old sleeve, and I pried against the transmission housing. Once you get to where the dry part of the plastic ends, you can take your small little 6-inch channel locks and just pop that sleeve out of the way. You do want to pay attention to where this tab is, and that's really easy. So let's go under the car. So I'm under the car right now, and I'm looking at that plug right there on the other side. I can see it, it's right around the 9 o'clock section. So when I'm putting the new one in, I just want to be mindful that the tab is at the 9 o'clock point. The last thing that I want to mention, which some other DIYs should have covered already, is that to take this sleeve out, you have to take a T40 off, and that's on the inside of the pan. So that's why you really want to do the sleeve when the pan's off, because if it starts leaking otherwise, you're kind of taking the pan off again. But it's this latch you pull down and then everything gets loose. And another tip on trying to get the new Mechatronic sleeve, which is this guy right here, pushed all the way back in, because the new O-rings are going to be stiffer, you're going to need more leverage. So what I did was take a 2x3 and I used the narrow side, braced it against the Mechatronic sleeve to not damage it, and then I took my 12-inch pry bar and I pried against the block of wood, like so, and that was able to push it back in. Where I place the point of the pry bar is onto this little valley that the transfer case and transmission meet. Now you're not prying that hard, so again, you're not going to be worried about damaging anything here. And then once this is all the way in, you're able to snap this latch back in, attach your plug back in, and then you can reassemble everything. Currently making sure the fluid is at the right temp. From empty pan, I filled up 4.9. There's just a tad bit left of fluid in that bottle. So I have the transmission temp right now at 77 degrees. So that means the thermostat should have opened. I'm using a ZF manual. So this is aftermarket.zf.com for the 8 HP transmission, and it's dated October 2020, so it's a fairly recent article. So the way they do it is a little different than what I'm seeing online, which is you fill it cold until it comes out the drain plug, start your engine, and then fill it again. And since this has a transmission cooler, overfill. And make sure then you make sure the thermostat valve opens, which it has at this point because it's 79 degrees. Then you want to let the thing cool back down to 30 to 50 degrees. Rev it to 2000 for 30 seconds to fill the torque converter. And then when you're idling, make sure you can check the fluid level. And at that point, it's not supposed to come out of the drain plug. It's very, very cumbersome. At this point, since it's open, I'm going to drive it around the block once just to make sure it shifts properly, and then I'm going to pull it back in, and I'm going to let it cool down and do the second transmission level check. Alright, so not sure how much you can see of the dash right now, but just throw it in sport mode, casually cruising at 2000 RPM. We're just going for a nice little drive around the block, letting that transmission temp warm up, and once we're back, we'll loop back around to the video. I skipped ahead again, and I did my second fluid level checks, made sure there were no leaks, and buttoned up all the skid plates. After dropping the transmission pan and replacing with the new one, I used a total of 6 liters to refill the transmission to capacity. At this point, the car is ready to be driven off the ramps. I hope you guys didn't find this video too long, and I hope you guys took something out of it. Thank you guys for watching.